The first dilemma is from Rom15. Hi guys, my friends only talk about girls and porn. I know I'm at the age where guys usually talk about these kinds of stuff. Every time I hang out with them, they would just look and try to find hot girls, snap girls to get nudes, they can't get any in real life, openly talk about porn in public, and really immature stuff. They think that it's the most hilarious and fascinating thing in the world. It may seem like I'm no fun because I don't want to engage in these kinds of conversations, but I just feel really uncomfortable and want to talk about actual stuff. I guess I'm only friends with them because they're the only ones I have, and I think it's the best to cut them off. I'm kind of introverted and shy, so I've been having trouble finding friends, so I stuck with them. Anyways, I'm about to graduate high school and I want to self-improve for a few months and find good friends. I just don't have anyone decent to talk to and I'm kind of lonely. Okay, I'm gonna just say this straight up, you need new friends. Now, I'm not going to judge them for what they do and how they operate in their lives, but I can tell you're on a completely different wavelength than them. And that happens. Sometimes you outgrow people, or I'm not even going to say outgrow, but sometimes you grow apart from other people that you might have been friends with in the past. And, it can be tough to let go of those relationships, especially when that's all you have. And you're an introvert and it's hard to make friends. But what you have to understand is that you made friends in the past, so you can do it again. Okay, there are a lot of ways to make friends. Go and do the things that you love to do. When you get on your self-improvement journey, you're naturally going to begin to attract people that are also on that same wavelength as you. And I speak from experience, not even just with my YouTube channel, but I've met people in real life, just by chance, by coincidence. Just being out in places that I want to be, I just meet people that are on that same vibe as me. And, I have great conversations with them and gain a lot of insight. And I think that anybody can do that, but you have to focus on yourself and you have to let go of those relationships that don't serve you. You know deep down in your heart that those relationships don't serve you. You even said it yourself. Okay, but you have to stop being afraid of being alone. I think that that's something that a lot of people have trouble with on their self-development journeys, is being alone and becoming comfortable being by themselves, whether it's with friends, family, relationships, whatever it may be. When you're on your self-development journey, you will not be able to maintain all of your relationships because you're going to be placing that focus and attention and energy on yourself. Okay, and some people are not going to like that, or some people won't understand why you're doing that. And that's okay. It's not for them to understand. It's for you to understand. Now, you said you're about to graduate high school. This would be the perfect time to cut off those relationships. Literally the perfect time, because one thing that I've realized is that after high school, you won't talk to most of those people ever again for the rest of your life. Okay, I can probably count on one hand, outside of my immediate friend group, the amount of people that I've kept in touch with that I went to high school with. Okay, I had a lot of acquaintances, but not a lot of friends. And I think that is very important for you to let go of the dead weight. And I know that kind of sounds harsh, calling it dead weight, but that's what it is at this point in your life. So you have to let go and just trust that the universe or God or whatever you believe in will bring you people that are on that same wavelength as you and have similar interests and want the same things out of life as you, because clearly you have pretty big dreams and aspirations and high standards for yourself. The next dilemma is from Yes Sir. I sort of told this kid I'll go somewhere with him, but I really don't want to go. What should I say to get out of this? It's at 4. Okay, well, clearly that was like 5 months ago. But here's my thing, okay? I'm actually glad that you said that because it gives me the other side of flakiness. Now, flakiness is one of my pet peeves. Okay, when people flake on me, that is something that will get you cut off very quickly. Now, with that being said, if you know you don't want to go out with this person, it's probably best that you don't, just because if you don't want to go and you go anyways, you're probably going to bring a bad vibe. Like, you're going to kill the mood. You're not going to come with the right energy. So I think that in all fairness to that person, you should flake on them, but be very open about why you're flaking on them. I don't know if it's just because you don't feel like going right now, or if it's because you genuinely don't like that person. Which, if you don't like that person, you probably shouldn't have made plans with them in the first place. But if you just don't want to go right now, then you're entitled to your alone time, or you're entitled to do whatever you want to do. But I think that in the future, you should be mindful of that. If you know that you're somebody who changes moods very quickly like that, you probably should refrain from making long-term plans, or just plans that go beyond like tomorrow, things like that, because you don't want to be making long-term plans with people and having people restructure their whole schedule and then you flake on them. Okay, so That's my take on it. Flaking, like I said, is one of my pet peeves, but I understand why people do it. And I'd rather be flaked on than to have somebody hang out with me when they really don't want to be in my company. The next dilemma is from Albari Kak. My dilemma. I left pornography precisely to increase my confidence. It went very well for me. Then at that point, I had the security to tell a girl that I loved her. She said no. I asked her for a sincere explanation and she said, Alvaro, I'm sorry, but you are ugly. I'm 15 years old. It's not that I need a girlfriend. It was rather to test what I could do and if it was attractive to people after having all the confidence that this path had given me. Due to this experience, I think that whatever I do, because of how superficial people are, nobody would want to be with me because of my personality. In the end, we all have one. Therefore, now that I have returned with this bad habit, I have no motivation, and I'm very calm right now, although without results or objectives. I think that's the worst part. And I don't want to have being a better person as the reason to do it, because I'm not able to go for that abstract and subjective result. I want to chase something that has sense. Thank you. Okay, so from my understanding, you were leveling yourself up with the intention of getting a girl, because you feel like that is a tangible result, a tangible reward. That's where you messed up at. Okay, you said that you developed the confidence, but you're still putting women on a pedestal. If you're putting women on a pedestal, that means that you're putting yourself down here. And although you may think that you're confident, and you might be more confident than you were before, that is not authentic confidence because you're still doing it with the end intention, the end goal of getting a girl. And they can pick up on that. Okay, that's not authentic confidence. That's not self-assured energy. You still feel reliant on them. Now, with that girl right there, the girl that called you ugly, that's insane. Like, that's one of the most disrespectful things that I've heard in a while. And I've seen some very disrespectful things. So, with that girl, I would just completely forget about her. She belongs to the streets. She belongs in jail. Okay, she needs to be somewhere far away from society because she's a menace. Okay, a school threat. I don't know who this girl is, where you met her, how you met her, but leave her alone. Okay, cut her off. And also, I don't know why you told her that you loved her. Maybe you said you liked her and that's what you meant to say. I'm hoping that that's what you meant to say. Because if you just went up to a random girl on the street, or like a girl that you've barely ever talked to and you just told her you loved her, that's crazy too. You're equally crazy. But, okay, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. Like I said, you need to stop putting women on this pedestal and start doing it for yourself. Because yes, the result is subjective and not tangible, but that's the beauty of it. Because you can make the result whatever you want it to be. You're becoming a better person and there's no limitation for that. You can continue to get better for the rest of your life. Your self-development journey is not something that you just do for like 6 months to a year or a few years. It's something that you start and do for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle. You know, like I said with NoFap is a lifestyle. Everything that I preach on this channel is a lifestyle. Okay, so you have to commit to it in that way and focus all of that energy on yourself. You have to place the energy within and take care of yourself by not going up to random girls and telling them that you love them. Okay, that is not a power move. You need to start making power moves for you, not for them. And don't let that girl get in your head. Don't let her change your perception of you. Okay, you are still you, and continue to level up and become the best version of you that you can be. The next dilemma is from Ari Putty. Yo guys, one of my closest friends is going through a really tough time right now. He doesn't have any motivation to do anything, and he feels like he can't feel any emotions anymore. I really want to help him out, and I've given him some advice. Does anyone have any advice or things I could tell him that y'all have learned through either personal experience or just wisdom? Thanks. He's basically feeling depressed. He doesn't know what happened to him. He just started feeling that way earlier this year. I've had friends that dealt with depression, but for the most part, I was that friend that was depressed. And so I can only speak from the perspective of being the depressed friend and what my friends did to help me, and the friends that were the most helpful to me. And I think that for me personally, the best thing that any of my friends ever did for me was just listening. Literally just listening. Like becoming my journal. Which at the time, you know, had I had my channel to know about journaling and all of the things that I talk about, then I probably wouldn't have needed anyone else's help. But I think, you know, if you want to be a good friend and you know that you're in the right state of mind to be able to take on their burden as well, then you should make it your goal to listen to them. Listen to them objectively with complete neutrality, no bias. Okay, they don't necessarily need advice. They just need to express their inner demons. And from there, that can help them develop the self-awareness to figure it out on their own. Because at the end of the day, nobody can really solve your depression for you. People can give you the tools and they can tell you what they see in you, but they can't solve your depression for you. And you can't solve your friend's depression for him. Okay, you have to let him solve it on his own while also being there as moral support.